Hello guys, what is going on? It is me, Club Thumb Gaming here, and I'm bringing you guys another Counter-Strike Global Offensive video. But in this one, I'm not going to really be able to be playing. I'm not going to be making a cool frag video. No, this one is going to be basically a rant, if we're being honest. It's going to be a rant about sort of how hard it is to rank up in the United States. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. So, I recently moved to the United States back from Asia, and I played Counter-Strike while I was in Asia. I played Counter-Strike for about a month in the United States, so I have a pretty good understanding of how it all works, skill levels of players. And I have to say, even though in Asia, alright, I don't want anyone from the US to be offended by this, but in Asia, the players there at the ranks are way better than here. Like, if you're an MG2, which is the rank I'm at right now, if you're an MG2, a Master Guardian 2, in the United States, and you go to Asia, you would be about the skill level of a Gold Nova 3. So, I guess that sort of put things into perspective. In Asia, I mean, they're a lot more competitive. They're Asian. You know how this whole thing works. I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with the race. It's probably just people started playing earlier there or something. I don't know. Anyways, so, how do I put this? But the difference is, it's harder to rank up in the United States than it is in Asia, even though in Asia, everyone's better. And I think that the reason for that is that in Asia, everyone was pretty good at the game, whether they're on your team or on the other team. But what that means is, even though you have a harder time getting the entry frags and getting those kills, you can actually depend on the people on your team to do things. Like, they know what they're doing. Whereas here, I notice, when I'm in the United States, I feel like I can't trust my teammates, because every time I see them tell them something, they'll go do the opposite, or they'll try and do it, they'll die, and they won't communicate they died, so we get shot in the back. And it's just very frustrating, and it makes it very hard to play the game properly, and then everyone blames everyone else. And yeah, another thing I noticed, that in the United States versus Asia, basically the communication, it wasn't good, but it was better than it was here. Like, here, everyone talks. They talk almost too much, you know, if you know what I mean. Like, they talk so much, it distracts you from your play, and I don't think that's good. Whereas in Asia, yeah, sure, they might not communicate as much, but they still got the information through. They would just say one beat, and they would be quiet. And I felt like that was way better, because it allowed you to concentrate on how you're playing. Another thing that I noticed is, in the United States, you really sort of have to 5-man, otherwise you're screwed, because there are more smurfs, there are more D-rankers, there's a lot more toxicity. Sorry, I'm sort of stumbling on my words there. I mean, it's just weird. There's so much toxicity. Like, almost every other game, there's a smurf or a hacker on the other team, and sometimes you'll just get these D-rankers who they'll pretend like they're trying, but they really aren't. And so, well, basically what they do is every time they see an enemy, they reload. That's what some of them do, just so that they can avoid getting Overwatch banned or something. And not only that, but I noticed, you know how most people D-rank on their smurfs, they play against easier people? These people who I've been playing against, these are like Master Guardians who have over 2,000 hours. So of course they're going to destroy me, and the only reason I can come up for that is that either they leave their computer on for 2,000 hours, which seems pretty unlikely, or they just D-rank from like LE or Supreme or something, and I don't know, but it's just a ton of BS. And so, I mean, I guess it's just more of a rant video, but another thing that I noticed here, everybody wants to op. Not just one person, not just two person. That's why, like, you see 4-man, 5-man op buys, even in Master Guardian. And it's just so frustrating. And everyone buys a P90 as well. Like, and if they do buy an AK, sometimes I will admit there are some people who know how to use the AK, but 90% of the time, they're just gonna tap. Like, they only tap, and it's frustrating, because I'm like, he was right in front of you, he had his back turned, just spray him down. They're like, no, you have to tap, it's more accurate. That was actually one of the most frustrating games I played. This kid had his back turned with an op, and the guy crept up from behind. He tried to tap, he missed the tap, even though the guy was standing still, and the guy 180'd him because he was too afraid to spray. I mean, if you're in Master Guardian 2, I feel like you should be able to have decent spray control. You know, at least be able to control that first 8-10 bullets of your spray. It's very frustrating. So to also, oh yeah, this is a big one. In the United States, I noticed on the Reddit Recruit CS, right? That's basically a subreddit you can go to on Reddit if you want to sort of find people to play with, queue with. But I noticed that there, it doesn't really help much because those guys, they're all like, oh, I'm super good, looking to rank up to DMG, I'm a DMG level player, but they're not. Like, you watch them, all they do is buy an op, or, okay, not all of them buy an op. Some of them are actually pretty decent. But most people, they'll just buy an op, they'll just zoom in, and then, I don't know how to put this, but it's weird. Like, they're holding the angles properly and stuff. Like, they obviously know how to position themselves, but after that, they just can't hold the angles. Like, once they peek, they'll panic, and they'll just, like, flicker randomly, and they'll miss their shot, and then they'll die. And then they're like, every round, give me an op, and I'll carry. And I'm like, you won't carry, because I've seen you with the op, and you sucked with it. And they just do it every round. Like, I've had people in my game who we get the plant first round as terrorists, we get the plant second round as terrorists, and they say to eco third round because we need to get ops. What the heck is that logic? We can buy AKs, we can buy a full set of nades, you can even buy an op, armor, and like small nades, a few nades if you want. You don't need to eco on the third round as terrorists if you get the bomb plant. Even one time. If you get the bomb plant first round, you eco the second round as terrorists, you can buy the third round, or the other way around. If you if you lose the first round, no bomb plant, you can either force it up, which is what I like to do, but for some reason no one wants to force with me, even though we didn't get the plant. Or you can go for a second round eco, rush a site, and go for the plant, which is way harder because at this point the enemy team will have SMGs and they'll be able to just mow you down. So yeah, that's basically my experience in the United States so far. Hopefully it'll get better. I've D-ranked more times in the past month than I have in my entire CS career, which is about 6 months if we're being fair, but I mean, still. So yeah, sum it all up. Asia, the players are better. You can depend on them though. In the United States, the players are way worse. You can drop 20, 30 frags every game, but you'll still lose because you can't carry them. They're that bad. And also, everyone wants to op. There's so many Smurfs, rankers, hackers, so much toxicity, and it's just frustrating. So yeah, I guess this was just sort of a video for me to vent out all of this stuff inside. And yeah, if anyone's MD2 and is actually decent at the game, please feel free to add me and we can play. I'm on the East Coast. I'll leave my Steam link in the description. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, although I doubt many people will enjoy this video because it's basically a rant. Comment if you have any suggestions, and please do be sure to subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.